The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
The Flip Wilson Show. With Flip's guests, Charlie Callas, Laura Greene, Pat Morita, and Flip's special guest, Louis Armstrong. And now, here's Flip.
I want to say that I'm not going to do the monologue I had planned. I hope you're not disappointed by this. I'd like to take a moment to tell you how this change came about. I was running the show through my mind, and I said to myself, self? It would be impossible not to have a great show with Louis Armstrong as a special guest. Then, when I saw how things were going during rehearsal, I went to my producer, Bob Henry. I said, Bob, I'm going to change my opening monologue. He said, why? The show is perfect. I said, that's the trouble. The show is perfect. If we start doing perfect shows, people are going to be looking for perfect shows every week. So I want to change it. I think this would be a great time to do my worst story. You know, better than waiting until later on in the season when the shows get shaky. We'll do the story now while we got a little something to fall back on, you know? Get it out of the way. And the good story I was going to do for tonight, I'll save for the 16th or 17th show. Well, I'll do the story, and you'll see what I mean. It's a rotten story, y'all. The scene is ancient Rome. There's a Roman. His name was Herman. They called him Roman Herman. That alone gives you an idea of how bad the story is. The fad of the era was eating berries. Everyone loved berries. They'd walk around with little pouches. Pouches would be filled with berries. One day, while Roman Herman's roaming the outskirts of Rome, a little rhyme I slipped in. Put the rhyme in because quite often dropouts come in to catch the show. Dropouts like those rhymes. Herman spies lying beneath a bush the most magnificent berry he's ever beheld. Herman stops, picks the berry, stands there praising it. What a berry! So look at the shape of that berry, the texture, the way the twigs hanging on the side. 3 hours Herman stood praising the berry. He decides to sneak the berry back into Rome. He waited until about 4 that morning. That's a good time to sneak, 4 in the morning. Run into anyone, they're sneaking too. Herman goes straight to his best friend's house. He awakened his friend and shoves the berry in his friend's face. His friend said, wow, Herman, what a berry. So Herman, you'll make a lot of money with that berry. So people will give you $1 each to look at that berry and praise it. The fame of Herman's berry spread across Rome. Pretty soon, everyone in Rome's talking about Herman's berry. They're all saying, they're all saying, have you seen Herman's berry? Wait till you get a look at Herman's berry. Say, wow, what a berry that Herman got. One day, the 3 wise men show up. They've come to see Herman's berry. They have their wives with them this time. These guys had gotten pretty lonesome on a long trip once before. They looked at the berry. They praised it. In fact, one of the wise men's wives said, that sure is a nice berry, huh? Herman became wealthy from the berry. He built a mansion. He got married. As a wedding present, he gave his wife his berry. Well, that's a different story. One evening, Herman and his wife were relaxing in front of the fireplace. They have the berry laying down on a pillow. There's a knock at the door. Herman goes to the door. There was a knock. It wouldn't have gone if there hadn't been the knock. I think I'll stop telling audience there was a knock. From now on, all I'll say is Herman went to the door. Then you can say, must have been a knock. When he arrives at the door, there are two guys there. They have spears. They draw their spears on Herman. They say, "You the guy with the berry?" Herman said, "That's not my berry. That's my wife's berry." But I gave her the berry. Said, "You come to praise her berry?" They said, "No, we come to seize her berry, not to praise her." Yeah, that's why I wanted to get that out of the way, you know? I don't want to sneak a story like that in on people. But I wouldn't just leave it there. I was saying, well, I gotta have something else to do to follow that, you know, kind of take a little of the weight off. So the makeup guy told me a story while he was making me up. You know, he wasn't doing anything. So he told me a story about this little kid, you know. It was in the evening, and the kid, his mother and father are sitting there in the living room, and the kid says to his father, he said, "Daddy, can I have a gun?" His father said, "No." The kid said, "You told me last year I could have a gun. You told me to wait a year, and then it'd be all right." The father said, "Well, you can't have a gun." The kid said, "Well, all the other kids on the block got guns." The father said, "Well, look, I don't want you to have a gun, and that's it. I don't want to talk about it anymore." So the kid goes over to his mother. He said, "Mama, Daddy said I can't have a gun." His father heard this, you know. He said, "Look, then I told you I don't want you to have a gun. That's it. So as long as I'm running this house, you're not going to have a gun." The kid said, "If I get my hands on the gun, you ain't going to be running this house too much." Mr. Callas, Miss Greene, and Mr. Morita. Showtime. Y'all better be ready. We ain't waiting.
Judy. Judy. I gotta find this spot to put that in. It's surefire. Well, maybe not surefire, but I'll take anything I can get. I wonder why they don't let me do that in the show. You don't suppose Flip is jealous of me, do you? Nah, he's too nice a guy. Or is he?
Oh, I hope I do a good job. I wonder why Flip isn't mentioning my new record. It's doing very well, too. You don't suppose he's jealous, do you?
Well, this must be the place. Here I is. On the Fripp Wilson show. How come I don't get to do my dialects?
Well, perhaps it's a bit sticky, that's why. Do you suppose that, dare I say it,
He's jealous of me. Fripp Wilson is jealous of me.
Hi, gang. Oh. Hey there, Charlie.
Hi, Flip.
Okay, you are. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I'd like for you to meet three great talents. A guy who does the most fantastic Cary Grant in the business, Charlie Callas. A young lady whose new record, "I Am a Woman," is climbing up the charts, Miss Laura Greene. And that master of dialects, my very good buddy, Pat Morita. Put it there.
Gee, Flip, I'm sorry.
Flip, I'm so ashamed.
I feel rousy.
What'd I say? Ladies and gentlemen, my special guest, Mr. Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong! Hello. Oh, yeah. Louis, well, hello. Sing it, Baba. Louis, it's so nice to have you starring on our show. To the makers of Wilkinson's Sword, we'd like to dedicate Louis Armstrong's Mac the Knife. You got it.
Okay, Papa. Oh, the shark has deer and shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has my heat deer, and he keeps it out of sight. When the shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, where's my heat, dear? So there's not a trace of red. Oh, on the sidewalk Sunday morning lies a body oozing life. Someone sneaking down the corner. Is that someone like a knife? Yes, from a tugboat by the river, a cement bag drooping down, and the cement were the weight that you Maggie back it down. Yes, Louis Villa disappeared, dear, after drawing out all his cash, and Maggie spends like a sailor. Did our boy do something rash? Suki Tadri, Jenny Diver, Daddy Lanier, sweet Lucy Brown. Yes, the line bombs on the right there. Now that Maggie's back in town.
Mama, don't rush me.
Well, I don't want to miss anything now.
Look, we're not going to miss a thing. Why don't you run ahead and I'll catch up with you?
Okay, now, but don't be late.
Don't worry. I told her I'd take her out to Europe tonight. When I was there before, it was called overseas. But you know, there's one thing you find, no matter where you are, the language may be different, customs may be different, but people are people wherever you go. Get a load of that cat. He sure is sharp, ain't he? When we get home, I won't give me an outfit like that. Dig that natural.
He looks so serious. Is he mad at somebody?
You remember the hassle the British had with the Spanish Armada? Well, he's still mad about that.
Oh, but that was hundreds of years ago.
Well, these cats are trained to hold a grudge.
It says here, this palace has stood for over 600 years. Not a stone has been touched, nothing altered, nothing replaced.
Yeah, they must have the same landlord we got.
Doesn't he ever change his expression?
Nope. These guys never show any emotion. You know, they never laugh or smile, none of that. While they're on duty, that is.
Oh, that's impossible.
You think I'm jiving? Watch this, I'll prove it to you. Okay. I got some West Indian friends. They told me to come here and get you. Okay, I'm gonna step on your toe. I'm gonna raise my leg real slow, and then I'm gonna come smashing down right on your toe. You better say something to my old lady. Well, I'll try a joke, you know. Hey, did you hear this joke about the two Englishmen? Yeah, this one guy says to the other guy, he said, Harry, said you should pull your curtains down in the living room. Said, because I saw you hugging and kissing your wife last night. Harry said, the joke's on you, because I wasn't home last night. See that? I told you, nothing to shake these guys up. I can stand here all day long rattling off the funniest jokes in the world. This guy ain't gonna laugh. You thought that was funny?
I wasn't home last night. Very good, ooh, yeah.
Now, it wasn't that funny.
Kissing his wife. But it wasn't his wife.
Yes, it was his wife.
Not the other chap's wife.
No, it was his wife.
Yes, oh, so funny.
You better cool it, man. If your sergeant catches you, you're gonna get it right in the crumpet.
Oh, right in the crumpet. Oh, I say that's good.
Knock it off, man. They'll fire you.
Yeah, they can't. I'm in civil service. All they can do is throw me in the dungeon on bread and...
What? Say, you better get yourself together, man. The prince is peeking out of the window.
Peeking out the window! Are the curtains up or down?
Knock it off! Here comes the queen!
Let her come!
Now look what you've done. This is liable to start a whole international incident. Oh, come on, let's go.
Ah! Thanks. I needed that.
Good day, sir. I'm an American tourist, and this is my first trip to the Orient. I place myself entirely in your hands.
I treasure your trust. I honor your confidence. I make expenses for the year. Here, we have an emerald taken from the great ugly dragon of Hokkaido. Her husband sold it to me behind her back.
Well, I'd like to see some pearls.
For you, I have just the thing. Star of my collection. Famous pearl of the Orient.
How you doing there, Pearl?
No, girl is Shirley. Pearl is Pearl.
Oh.
Perhaps you'd like to take a closer look.
How you doing there, Shirley?
See how it glows?
I see everything.
Tell me, do we have a deal?
Well, I tell you, that pearl is a fake, but I'll give you $2,000 for the setting.
What do you think, Shirley?
Oh, that is much better. And now for a glorious repast for my tummy tum-tum. Oh, waiter.
Buongiorno, signor. I'm your waiter, Luigi. You want to check your towel?
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, what's it gonna be there, Goomba?
Well, sir, I am a stranger in your magnificent city. I would like to become familiar with your native dish.
I'm sorry, it's Maria's night off.
You know, this is my first time in Italian restaurant, so please be kind. You see, I am from India.
Really? You don't look like an Indian?
Well, you don't look Italian, sir. I am from Calcutta.
Oh, Calcutta! You want to take your jacket off?
You see, you must help me, Sahib. I have never savored Italian food before.
You'll love it. We got everything. Veal scallopini, parmesan, lasagna, and chicken, what's that word there?
Cacciatore.
Yeah.
You see, I am not allowed to eat meat. I am a religious nut.
And in that case, I'd like to recommend the specialty of the house, spaghetti. That's how Sophia Loren got to look like that.
Oh, then I will have it. I feel Italian already. Joy, joy, joy.
Here, let me help you there, brother. Oh. You know, smoking those breadsticks can be hazardous to your health. We got it written right on the side of the glass there.
Tell me there, sir, will the spaghetti take long?
I'm afraid so. See, we don't just lay any old jive plate of spaghetti on you. Our chef cooks each strand individually. And then rubs it with the secret herbs and the magic recipe brought over on the camelbacks. So it's gonna take a while.
Good. Then I shall meditate.
Do that. I saw you were sitting on pins and needles, so I rushed you.
Good heavens. I may be wrong, but this looks like chitlins.
A lie is as good as the truth if you can get somebody to believe it.
Ciao. Buonasera, sir.
I'm pleased to say the mail has been coming in a steady trickle. In fact, here's some of the trickle. But we do get some pretty hip letters. Quite a few from kids, and then others from the bigger people. Yay, the bigger people. I got a couple I want to read to you. One says, Dear Flip, I didn't watch your show last week. I wasn't allowed to turn the television on because we have a new baby brother. It wasn't my fault. Very hip kid, you know that? Here's another one. Dear Mr. Wilson, last week our 2-year-old spoke his first complete sentence, and we have you to thank for it. That's nice. It says, we were watching your show, and you had just told a joke when my little 2-year-old turned to us and said, let's see what else is on. That's how it goes. Well, I'd like to tell you about an experience in the life of a swinging buddy of mine, Freddie Johnson. Freddie's a real playboy. To him, life is one big centerfold. When we were kids, that's all Freddie thought about. While the rest of us were out building snowmen, Freddie was off by himself building a snow woman. Then he'd take her home and defrost her. Yeah, Freddie never bothered with that birds and bees jive. Freddie went straight to the girls. Well, Freddie's grown up now, and he's a pretty successful businessman. He's also got the most successful marriage I know. He's a bachelor. Let's look in on Freddie the Swinger down at his office. I'll take that call from Miss Nancy Carter now. How you doing? I miss you, I love you, I adore you, and I've been thinking a lot about you lately. Woo. Oh, excuse me, operator. Say, Nancy? Hey, Freddie. Freddie Johnson. Yeah, how's my favorite ex-secretary doing? Find another job yet? Well, why not come back to work here? I really miss you. I miss your short hand and your long legs. Well, look, at least give it some thought, you know? Don't worry, everything will be okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That sound is very common with today's stereo components. Yes, sir. Your hi-fi needs either a new tweeter or a new woofer. We'll send a man out tomorrow, Mr. Bradford. Yes, thanks for calling. Good morning, Chief.
Johnson, this happens to be Acme Electronics, not the Tunnel of Love.
Sir, I wouldn't take care of personal business on company time.
Oh, no? Then how come every time I walk in here, your lips are puckered?
Oh, that's just a little nervous thing, JB. You know, some people blink their eyes, some people pucker their lips. I pucker my lips. I try to cut it out because I know it's a bad habit.
The only bad habit you have is chasing your secretaries around this office.
Sir, how could you say a thing like that?
In the past 6 months, 8 of them have quit, breathing heavily.
Well, sir, you know, I cut down on my coffee, you know, to get rid of some of that caffeine. So I gotta have something to do during those breaks.
Look, Johnson, you better pay attention to your work, or you've had it around here. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm sending a girl over from the secretarial pool, and I want these sales letters out by tonight. And there'll be no hanky-panky, or you can look for another job. Is that clear?
I got that, sir. You don't have to tell me 8 or 9 times. Tell me one time, and I got it. I mean, after all, this is a place of business. Man, I don't want people coming in here jiving. Let me talk to you, Freddie. Now, you heard what the man said. Man said if you keep chasing them chicks around this office, you're gonna blow your gig. Then you're not gonna have an office to chase chicks around in. Then me and you both in trouble. So lighten up, Freddie. Cool it for a few days, you know? I'm gonna be watching you. The girl from the secretarial pool? Send her in.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning, Miss,
Parker.
Miss Parker.
My friends call me Marilyn.
Yes. Would you care to have a seat, Miss Parker?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Now then, I have some, sales letters to dictate.
Oh, yes, sir.
The first is to, Mr. Harold Roberts and Company, Muncie, Indiana.
Now, how many copies would you like, sir?
6.
Did you say 6?
What did you think I said?
I thought you said sex.
Miss Parker, I'll have you know that's the farthest thing from my mind. Where were we?
Mr. Harold Roberts, Muncie, Indiana.
That's Muncie, Indiana. There's no such place as Muncie, Indiana. Now let's continue here.
Yes, sir, yes.
Dear fine, brown, sexy Harold. Miss Parker, maybe we'll save time if you work on these letters, and I'll work on these.
Yes, sir. Anything you say, Mr. Johnson. Oh, this table is awful.
Yes.
Wiggles. Oh, how can you work when it wiggles like that?
Yes!
Is it all right?
Fantastic.
You can get up now.
My thumb's caught.
Now, Mr. Johnson, while you're here, would you just look this over for me? I'm terrible at figures.
As far as I can see, everything's perfect.
Now, look, I'm all thumbs.
Oh, you're naughty. I can't fight it any longer. I love you.
Oh, and I love you.
I've always loved you.
Always.
From the moment you stepped through that door, another girl has never crossed my mind.
Oh, Freddie, you just say that.
Well, a guy gotta have something to say.
Now, Freddie, is it true what all your secretaries say about you?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
Look, not now, Mom. Not now. Look, this evening we'll have a little dinner, and then we'll go over to my place for a little soft lights and some nice music.
Oh, but I'm on a diet. Can't we skip dinner?
You devil, you. Look, we're not gonna get to do anything until we get these letters out of the way. So you work on those letters. I'll see you in a little while.
Okay, let's get busy.
You see, Johnson, when you put your mind to it, what a fast worker you are.
Thanks, Champion.
Hello, Dolly. This is Louis, Dolly. Mighty glad you're back where you belong. Are you looking swell, Dolly? I can tell, Dolly. You keep blowing, blowing, just keep blowing strong. I feel the room swaying and the band playing. My old favorite song from way back when, yeah. Take off rap, fellas, flying to an empty land, yeah. Dolly, never go away, don't you ever go away, Dolly, yeah.
I want to say that I didn't come to sing. I came so I could get a closer listen.
Well, Flip, I'd be delighted to try a little harmony with you.
Really?
What do you know?
Well, I know enough not to try a little harmony with you.
Oh, come on now. I've heard you sing, and you do fine.
Really?
Pick the song you like, and we'll go to town.
Okay, why not do an aria from Puccini's Tosca?
Puccini's Tosca?
Yeah.
Your chops when you say Podosco. You know, I just made that record.
Really?
I wish I could shimmy like my sister Kate.
She shakes like the jelly on a plate. I'm on the water, you know, last night. All the boys shoot cakes so nice.
Every guy in my neighborhood knows that she can shimmy and it's understood.
I know I'm late, but I'll be up to date when I can shimmy like my sister Kate.
I mean, shimmy like my sister Kate.
Say, Louis, what do you think about the new music scene?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that because I got a whole song about it.
Tell me about it.
At the tables up at Voidland, the place where Disney dwells, with those beards and funny hats they love so well. the boppers were assembled. And when they really high, they constitute all weird personnel. All the riffs the cats were making, they were crazy, cool, and gone again. Ooby dooby ooby down, and the rest, yes, let them beat their brains out till their flatted fifths are gone, and they'll pass be forgotten like the rest. Yes, they are poor little cats, have gone lost. Bye, bye, no. They are poor little sheep, they've gone astray. Baba da ba da di ba ba bo say. Oh, Dixieland music, they all condemn. But every wrong note those cats play, they think it's a gem. So Lord have mercy on all of them. But that puppy papa that puppy said, oh, but there's Bible that does sad. The devil made me do that. I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas.
What you say?
You ought to see me do my stuff. I'm a horner from way down on the corner. Gonna strut my stuff. And the body, body, that, and I don't forget the words, but I know the tune. Oh, that's the words. You ought to see me do my stuff. Take it, Flip.
I'm the big dog daddy from Duma. Ought to see me do my stuff. I'm a popcorn popper and a big apple knocker. Ought to see me strut. When it comes to loving, there's no in between. There ain't no broad in the world like my Geraldine. I'm the big dog daddy from Duma. Ought to see me do my stuff. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go doing your stuff Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Truly wonderful. Welcome to the Church of What's Happening Now. I'm Reverend Leroy. Brothers and sisters, our sermon for today deals with the evils of gambling. Now, it has come to my attention that several members of this congregation have been congregating in the back of a certain barber shop for the purpose of betting on professional football games.
That's right.
Now, don't think you're fooling me into thinking that you're animal lovers when I hear you say how much you like the Rams, the Colts, and the Bears. Now, gambling is evil. It makes no difference whether it's football, poker, or horses. You know why, don't you? Why? Because you can lose. And when you lose, you try to get even. And getting even is vengeance. And vengeance is a sin. And anything that's a sin is evil. The only true reward comes from an honest day's work. From 9 to 5, 8 to 4, or 10 to 6. Now, what could be sweeter?
1 to 3.
Now, I know gambling is evil because once in my life, before I heard the call, I went to the racetrack to bet on a horse. Can I have a shame on you? Shame! Woo! I dreamed about that horse the night before. I just knew he couldn't lose. I knew it. I knew it. Why the heck tell me I knew it?
Yeah, you knew it.
When I walked up to that $2 window, there was an angel standing there.
Angel.
Fine-looking angel.
Yeah.
And she looked at me. Yes, the angel looked at me. And she said, Leroy, what you doing betting on that horse? Said, get away from that window. And I said, yes, ma'am. That's what I said to the angel. I said, yes, ma'am, and I stepped out of line. You know what happened? I bumped into the devil. Yeah, the devil was there. And he was sharp. Had a big Panama hat, some shades, and a fine-looking broad with him. Woo! And the devil said, she's right. That's what the devil told me. He said, she's right. Said, you know you got the winner. Said, that horse can't lose. And you're going to bet a jive $2. And the devil gave me a little nudge. And I found myself floating toward I was floating toward the $5 windows. I was just gliding. Now, when I reached the $5 window, there was the angel. And she said, Leroy, can't you take a hint? Said you just can't resist betting on that horse, can you? And I jumped out of line. And I bumped into the devil again. And the devil said, you gonna listen to her or me? Said, you know that horse can't lose. He's 10-1. Devil even gave me the odds. Nobody's all bad. Yes, the devil said, if you bet $5, you're gonna win 50. Said if you bet $50, you're gonna win 500. So I dashed. That's what I did. I dashed over to the $50 window. I dashed. Can I get a shame on you? Shame! Woo! I bet everything I had, which happened to be exactly $50. Brothers and sisters, the devil and I stood there and watched the race together. We watched it. The devil was looking and I was looking. Coming into the stretch, my horse was 6 lengths in front. Halfway down the stretch, he was still 3 lengths in front. Then from out of nowhere, there came another horse. This horse was moving. You should have seen this horse as he moved. This horse was moving. Yes, he was gaining on my horse. Yes, but my horse was cool. My horse was very cool. Then 3 steps from the finish line, my horse was still in front. My horse wasn't jiving, he was still in front. Then the other horse shot by him and won the race. Won the race by a nose. And I looked for the devil, he was gone. Then I saw the angel coming toward me. I said, Angel, I should have listened to you. And she said, you sure should have, because I had the winner. And now, my friends, I'm pleased to inform you that we have with us today the one and only Brother Satchmo.
Let me tell you one thing, Brother Leroy. Your sermon was a gravel.
Thank you, Brother Satchmo.
I almost cried, man.
Really?
Yeah, you know that? And I'm telling you one thing. I'll occasionally make a little bet myself.
Well, a little bit ain't too bad, Brother Satchmo. That's okay, a little bit.
But what I mean is, if you should run into that angel, send it to me, will you?
I do that. I do that, Brother Satchmo. Okay.
When the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in,
Truly wonderful.
yes, I proud to be in that number. When the saints go marching in.
Brother Satch, you got it.
Now when the sun begin to shine, oh sun, begin to shine, I want to hit the number. Oh, when
thanks to Brother Charlie Callas, Sister Laura Greene, Brother Pat Morita, and of course the one and only Louis Armstrong, ladies and gentlemen. Louis Armstrong.